Alrighty, time to get started. A little bit late today, but that's the way it goes. Had a sales seminar that I went to this morning. Learned a few good things. But today, oh my god. What is with... Spotify has updated their algorithm to where a new advertisement shows up every minute. Which means that it hides the art and the, I wonder if I just do that. I wonder if I can just do that. We'll see if that works here in a second. Anyway, because this will go dim, the artwork will go dim when an advertisement comes up. It's a little frustrating. So, well, let's go ahead and open up a few things. Look at the box set. Yes, I am. Yeah, there it goes. Alright, let me see. So that does not dim. So let me do something real quick. Everything's gonna go a little weird. But I'm gonna make this work. So I'm gonna put that down there. And we're going to... What just happened? We're gonna fix this guy right here. Title capture. Okay, this is the title capture, that's fine. Let's do that. Bring it back over here. Okay. And the art cover capture. And go title. Okay. So what we want to do here is we want to, yep, there we go. This is going to get a little tricky. Yeah, it gets a little ugly there, doesn't it? It kind of stinks, but that's just what it is. Alright. It just looks fuzzy. But now I don't have to worry about that. Okay. So let's see. 3... Yep, those all work. Okay. We're gonna go open up a set here real quick. Patriot Homes, Plans, Sandberg, Tudor, Issue PDFs. Alright, let's take this and let's put it over here. And let's open it up over here. You know what? So I'm using a new piece of software called Zodo for my redlining. And we're going to see if this works any better since, well, it's going to work better because we can't even get drawboard to open anymore, so I will say one thing is that I'll have to get used to deleting or erasing red lines. It's nice that you can erase just parts of it, but I also kind of wish that it just erased that one line. So we'll see how that works out. Okay. So apparently it doesn't zoom. You can't zoom in while you're in the edit mode, so that's another thing we'll have to get used to here. What was I just looking at? Oh, now that's interesting. A second ago, it was recognizing the eraser, but now it's not. Huh. Now it's really interesting. So I'm not in edit mode, but I'm editing it. Let's do that. And then we want to do how do we want to do this?
Fan love, this is DJ Khaled. You're listening to my new single, No Brainer, featuring Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, and Quavo. Click on the banner to hear another one. And more anthems on Spotify.
Hunter Hayes is back in the heartland and on Country Bound. Other music from Cole Swindell, Dan and Shay, and more. Click the banner to listen now on Spotify.
What I really want is for this to be a number 2. Can I get a number 2? There we go. Can I... will it let me select stuff? Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. How do I select? Close that. View mode, outline, edit. I don't think I can select things. That kind of stinks. Okay. Ooh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, nice. Where's undo? Undo. Where's undo? There's no undo. Undo. Well, apparently, you can't undo things like that. So I need to be careful about that.
Smart is an unlimited mileage.
Ooh, but I'll tell you what, it's making my computer really hot.
To go far off the map anytime you want. Smart is a complimentary maintenance plan, knowing that someone will always have your back, no matter how far you go. L certified by Lexus, an exclusive collection of pre-owned vehicles, which proves Smart is the new sexy. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Time restrictions pursuant to L certified warranty maintenance plan apply. See your Lexus dealer for details.
The right music makes your day. Take a free 30-day trial of Premium and it might even make your month. 30 days of unlimited, uninterrupted music. No data bills, no skip restrictions, no ad interruptions. Go on, make your month. Tap the banner now to learn more.
I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, location is a great place. I do that on purpose because this builder didn't want to pay us for each individual house that he builds from these sets, and he has to have an address on the title block. So we intentionally put that on there as kind of a to him. Right. They want to build like 6 homes off of one set of plans. Which is kind of a shaft to us because we designed the documentation for him, right? So he gets paid $60,000 when we get paid $1,500. All this stuff just randomly keeps cropping up on these plans. It's like I'm pretty sure none of that was there when I redlined it last time. So right now we're designing a mock-up set, which right now, so this whole sheet right here comes from an entirely different model than this sheet with all these elevations, but we're trying to show him what it would look like if all of the elevation options for one plan was in a single set, and whether or not he wants to go that route. So we'll see what he thinks about this. I think I might be able to get used to this program. We'll see. I think we're working out okay. I just wanted to check and see. There was an email that I got a second ago. Can you even out the spacing for the can lights in the great room and beams? They look out of symmetry. So if this is the center line, then this should be equal, and this should be equal. Center lights and beams in room around. Nope, let's just say that we want to center them. I feel like it keeps shifting that entire thing every time I finish a note. Okay, I think everything else is good. Oh, it'd be really nice if I could fit the other electricals on this sheet. Will garage electrical fit here if we move everything My handwriting's not this bad. It's just the way that I'm writing it. So this is it's because it's on a digital screen, and I haven't learned how to write on a digital screen. So it's a little bit closer to this right here. I did tilt it a little bit, so it's kind of at a weird angle, and it's a little far away. Like I should probably move it a little bit closer. Watch your ears. Incoming loud noise. So I haven't really tweaked this whole setup yet, but yeah, like this takes some time to get used to. I think that's like a rite of passage for interns, is learning how to read the designer's handwriting. Whoa. Hey, that was kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that, but it was kind of cool. Crap. Now I can't delete it. There we go. So the interface on Zoto is a little bit different, but I'm thinking I might be able to get it to work. This is working all right. It's like I think I would have to... Crap. How do I undo that? I don't know how I'd select multiple things here. I had my third grade teacher had to get glasses because of my handwriting, because I used to write. I challenged myself in third grade to, on a ruled piece of paper, not to write between the lines, but to write within the printed line that was on the paper. So I was writing sentences that were that could fit between the top of the blue and the bottom of the blue. I don't know if I could still do that anymore. She only let me do that once, but I kept my writing pretty small, and she still she says that she got glasses because of my handwriting. Alright, I think I'm going to review this real quick with Courtney, so bear with me just a minute here. Yeah, I'm thinking I might just be using this program. Screw that $10 program that I bought a year ago. Yeah, I still think that at least my oldest kid is left-handed, but he's been taught how to write right-handed, so he refuses to go back to his left hand now, which I think is a tragedy. I'm left-handed, so... Something about this print just doesn't look right. I'm not sure what it is.
Gold Bond presents Shack Wisdom.
If coolness and dryness is what you seek, sprinkle yourself, and you shall not reek.
Gold Bond men's powder, all over wetness and odor protection with an irresistible scent.
You want some more wisdom? Because I got a whole lot to give.
Gold Bond presents even more Shack Wisdom.
'Tis better to be calm, cool, and collected than wet, stinky, and rejected.
Gold Bond men's powder spray controls odor and absorbs wetness with an irresistible scent. Stay cool
with Gold Bond.
The good times flow. Play tune after tune without ads with Spotify Premium. Just add friends.
Yes, it does. Has a game room, so and they wanted an arcade and a pinball machine in there, so I grabbed those from Revit City and threw them in for sizing purposes. They're pretty close to what the client gave me for sizing, but that's the check house, which I don't think is actually on this list. It's actually, the game room is one of the things that I'm actually needing to finish up. Any day now, this will open. There we go. Oh. How's it going? Good. It's been a while since I've been over here. So I think what we're gonna do to try to catch up on time is I'm gonna do these red lines, and but I wanted to go over kind of how I wanted it to work so that you could understand it a little bit better. And then when I'm done with it, I want you to look at it and just kind of see what you did is right along in line with what we wanted it to be. But I just wanted to go over a couple of the red lines. So you'll keep working on Rodriguez, and we'll get that out as soon as you can get it. As soon as you can get it done, and we can get it checked, and we'll send this out also. And what that'll allow us to do is he can review the mock-up set and say yes or no to this, and then we can finish the Sindberg red lines. As soon as you're done with Rodriguez, we'll send Rodriguez, he can review that, and so we'll kind of keep him busy reviewing stuff while we're also finishing stuff out. So, but you working on that while I'm working on that, I think will help us catch up a little bit of time. And we have plenty to do, so it's not like you're going to be doing nothing after you finish Rodriguez. So a couple things. the sheet order in the PDF didn't match this. It ended up being 1.1A, 1.2, 1.1B. So just be sure you get those in the right order when you save them. So if we go, there's 1.1, 1.1A, 1.2, 1.1B. So that's just a matter of making sure that you go through and you check those.
I thought I merged that right after page.
That's okay. You just have to go and in Bluebeam, when you have when we print out of when we print this out, a really easy thing to do. And first of all, just so you know, when you drag bookmarks, that doesn't do anything. It doesn't change the order. So if I go through here now, 1.1, 1.1A, it'll still go to 1.2 next, because that's the next sheet in the actual order. Okay, so what you need to do is go to this, the thumbnails, and actually drag this to the right location. So you find the sheets, that's the roof, this is standard elevation. So what we would want to do is we would want to drag this to be in front of that, and then you can save it, and it'll keep that. And I don't think it updates the bookmarks, so you still have to come in and manually do this, and then we can delete that. And then everything kind of matches. Okay. So if you want to drag things around, just remember you have to do it in the thumbnails. You can't do it in the bookmark. Okay. It's weird to me. That's weird and illogical, but that's the way it is. Just kind of a pro tip. This works fine. I think what we need to do is we need to call them out as 2-car, 2.5-car, 3-car.
I was going to do that, but
I think that's a better way to do it. That way, in the schedule here, it'll show up as 2-car garage, and then we put a note that says garage area changes per option. And then we just hope that the contractor's smart enough to say, oh, he wants the 2.5-car garage, so we go here, find that area, and plug it into here. Otherwise, we're going to have to make a schedule for each of those. Okay. And I don't think Christopher really even cares about the unconditioned area. We just give that to him. I don't think he ever got that to begin with. So I think this is a good option. Another thing is I'd like to see this. I'd like to see it not go way out here. And I know why.
I tried to do that, and it wouldn't even make a leader or anything.
Yeah, I know why you did that. One thing that you can do when you do a call out is you can. I don't know why I don't have anything open. Let me just go. Did you close that, or were you just saving it? You don't need to. I'll open a different one here real quick.
Yeah, I was just saving.
I say real quick. You know what that really means.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get a server here.
Yeah.
Because it is so fast. It's like working on your local machine when the computer's right there.
So does it take them the same amount of time to save things?
At Marble Falls? Oh no, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
It's very unfair. And opening things too, it's just like you're sitting right, it's like it's on your machine. So what you can do for callouts, you can do view, callout. So I'm going to hit callout. But instead of making a new one, so it's just view callout. That should be what you're using. Yeah. So when that opens, okay, you're going to get this bar, and then you're going to get the green bar, the context bar. It says modify callout. So what I can do is I can do reference other view, and then well, darn, I was really hoping that I could do another floor plan. Let me try something real quick. Because I thought you were able to. I'm just going to do this right here. I'm going to. I need to close that. I'm going to try to do another call out. So now that I have, so that was the problem, is I didn't have another view on this right here. So what I can do is reference other view, and since you'll already have those views made, okay, you can do reference other view, and now I can make it whatever size I want. But when I go to that, it shows the whole thing. And it throws this similar thing on here. We can get rid of that because we're not. We don't. You can come in here and get rid of the reference label, and it'll not show that. So do you know? What about
adding a leader to the area plane? Because that's the only one that doesn't allow you to have an area.
This one right here?
Yeah, that's the only view that...
When you did a call out, it didn't have a leader on it?
It wouldn't, and I tried to change that.
You know why? I bet if you go into the view templates, and you go to annotation category, call outs... No, that wouldn't be it. Call outs... I don't know. I'll look into that when I go in and do these, and I'll let you know what I find out.
Okay.
I was not aware of that. You were able to do a call out. Did you do detail lines or did you do a call out?
An actual call out.
And you could see the boundary but not the leader?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It only did it in the area.
Yeah. I'll have to look at that and see. That might be a bug.
And then also in the area, it wouldn't let me do multiple area boundaries, so I had to make the other ones as detailed lines.
These guys right here?
And then have to,
So,
I had to make it, first I had to figure out what the area, how the square footage of it. Mm-hmm. And then I wrote that down on a piece of paper, and then that's just text. Okay.
So there should, that is an issue. That is an issue with areas. You have to have a different area type for every single one. So we might have to make, if for this to work, we might have to make a different area type, 2.5 car area, 3 car area.
Okay.
And put those in there. And it does that. It's frustrating, but I know why that's an issue. So we might be able to get around that. So I think this works fine. My only issue with this, and this is a personal issue, is that I feel like these are too far away from this. I would almost rather slide this over and pull these over so that they're more tightly connected.
Okay.
It tells the story a little bit better, I think, if they're next to it. But then I also have a problem with the numbering being off, because I think that this should be number 1.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling with what to do there. But I think you got this one beautifully. This right here, I think, when you looked at the demo, did you notice how they combined the leaders like that? So let's pull that up so you can look at that real quick. Let's see. Create homes. Let's look at this. So let's find one of those options here. So you see how those are combined like that? Mm-hmm. Instead of having them sticking up side by side, let's try to combine them like this, which you should be able to do just by aligning them. But they have to go sideways instead of vertical because of this line that separates those right there. So when you see that note right there, that's what I meant, is that I wanted to combine those. Well, I meant on that one to show the callouts, but I'll have to look into why. So like right here, instead of sticking them up like this, pull it inside or cut this short and then combine them like that. That's what I was looking for on that. I think what I would like to do, the slab plans we can keep at this scale, the 1/8 scale. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move this up and out of the way and put these slab plans options right there, because we only need those once. It's the same for both elevations, so we don't need them multiple times. The door schedule, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the door schedule the 3-car garage door schedule, and then add a note for the second garage, 3-car garage option only.
Okay.
And then same thing for the window schedule, make that the 2.5 garage schedule, because that adds a window.
Okay.
And then as a note, 2.5-car garage option only.
Okay.
That way they know to only include that if it's those options. Okay. So, and we could, I was thinking, well, maybe we just put this in a note for Christopher to indicate that, you know, the schedules will have notes that say, you know, this option only, but I think him being able to see that is a lot more valuable. So I want to put just a little bit more work into doing this. This works great. I think we want to try to, line these up so that it, you know, that's a story there.
I didn't have it lined up, but then I added the electrical and that looked off. So.
Oh yeah, I don't care about the balance and symmetry of the whole sheet.
Okay.
You know, in fact, what's really important to me on these sheets, if you think about how these sets work, right? You're looking at this set of drawings, okay? Why do we roll it this way?
Oh yeah, so that it'll be the first thing we'll see.
Right, and we put the title block like this so that when we roll it, we can see what this project is if it's in a stack, so we don't have to open it all the way up to see it. So the same thing with this, and you know, when you were working with Jerome on those red lines, you notice he didn't unroll the sheets all the way.
Yeah.
So we always want to try to put the most important stuff over here next to the title block.
Okay.
That way you don't have to open it all the way if there's not a whole bunch on the sheet. Okay. Also, there's a binding strip over here, so we want to be sure that we're not cutting something off when it gets down. That's why I'm an architect and not a basketball player. So we can go ahead and line those up. I think that tells a better story than, you know, it gives it a stronger connection to each other than a symmetry and balance to the sheets. We want the sheets to be beautiful, but we want it to read as well as possible first. We'll go ahead and put notes and dimensions on these. There should already, were there already roof plans for the other options?
Some are really...
It was, but I just cleared everything out. I just hid it.
Okay.
Because I thought you just wanted
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I think if he sees that information, it'll make it a lot clearer that all that information will be on those. Let's see. The new sheets, we want to be sure we put delineations on them and get rid of checker, because author and checker don't work here. Let's see. The slab plans, I want to move those off. The electrical plans, I think we're actually going to try to put on the electrical sheet, but I'll get to those in a second. Same thing here, we want to put dimensions and notes on those. I think the garage floor plan dimensions and things work fine here. We just want to put dimensions and notes, things like that. This one worked fine also. I think if we move these over and line them up, it'll work better. We don't need the slab plans on these because it's already exactly the same as the garage floor plan and the slab plan that we already have. So that works out fine. All we need is this. The only thing, and I didn't put this on here, I'll come back to that. So notes and tags, the roof plans look fine. I think the slopes are off a little bit. You see how that line's not parallel? So you want to be sure that you match whatever the slope was already. These guys right here, I think this one's going to be off. So, you know, Christopher does this thing where you've got one slope on one direction and another slope going the other one. So like this will be 11, 12, and this will be 9, 12. So you want to be sure that you match whatever this already is, 10, 12, I think. So I think he does 10, 12, and 8, 12 on this one. 10, 12, and 12, 12. So, but you see how that line is not parallel?
Oh, yeah.
That's how I could tell. And we want those to be framed the same way, so that was less of a mock set note and just something to keep in mind when you're doing those. Was it already like that, or?
Yeah, it was
okay.
like that.
I'll have to look into that and see if. Now I'm wondering if we did that on purpose because the ridge got too high. Yeah, I'll have to look at that and see. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky with those two different elevations for two reasons. We don't want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 call-outs sticking up on this. So I think what we do is we do one big call-out for the front elevation. It goes back to this. And then on this, we do call-outs here that point to these two.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's what we do there.
Okay.
I know that's weird, but I think that's the best way to do it. And then we have, for the Tudor elevations, we have this call out that you have right here for that one. And then, what's that? 2 other. Those 2 call outs right there.
Okay.
All that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions about any of that?
Nope.
So these sides here, they want to do a stucco return. I think we just put a note on here. Put a dotted line right there, a really heavy dotted line. Say 5-foot stucco return for elevations on A1.1B.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, we have to do an elevation for that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I don't think we want to do that. So, and then this guy right here, I kind of feel like if we move everything up the sheet, we'll have enough room to put those 2 garage electricals on there. So I think I'm going to give that a shot. See if we can do that. So that was pretty much it. What do you think about having all this together in one set?
I think taking the time to put together the mock set will take less time in the near future to like do the red line.
So you think if we put it all in one model, it'll end up taking less time?
Yeah, if we do a mock set like this.
I do. I think so too. Well, this mock set is just to show him how it works.
Yeah.
He has to decide whether or not it's going to be too confusing for his subcontractors to have all these options in one set.
Okay. Well, I feel like if we put on the cover page what it is, then it would be less confusing.
So I mean, this contractor, Capital Homes, you see what they did?
Yeah.
Right? They just went through, they printed out, and then the contractor says this one's going to have this option, not this option, this option, and he goes through and circles everything that's going to be in this set.
I mean, it makes sense especially if we did do something like that, but have like a just a cloud or a red cloud.
Well, we wouldn't do that. Christopher would be the one. He would print out a set, and he'd go through and say, this one's going to have this option, this option, this option.
Okay.
So, and Capital Homes gets this permitted, so I don't know. I told Christopher the only reason that this would not work out very well is if Broken Arrow didn't allow this, and like Tulsa did allow it. And then he would have to have them separated anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, any questions or anything like that?
Well, with the, what was it? I think it was A1.AA. So you want it to be called Tudor Elevation Options? Because I didn't know exactly what to put there.
I think Tudor Elevation Options works fine because the plan options are elsewhere, and the plan isn't dependent on which elevation it is.
Okay.
So I think what's going to end up happening is this is just going to be called Sandberg, and this sheet's going to be Tudor elevation options, and the other one's going to be standard elevation options.
Okay.
Or maybe we just call it elevation option or elevation design A or an elevation design B. I don't know if he wants to call it something specific. So.
Okay.
All right. So thank you for putting this together. Hopefully you can see where. Yeah, this, by the way, this is kind of when you do something like this where we're kind of thinking about how a set goes together, you'll hear people call this a cartoon set. Cartoon set. And people will literally sit down with post-it notes or some blank paper like this, and they'll draw out and they'll plan what the set is going to look like. And they do that sometimes for commercial sets if they know it's going to be a multi-use building with kitchens and things like that. They'll put down, and it's maybe 3 stories. They'll say, okay, we need a first floor plan, a second floor plan, a third floor plan. We need call-outs, wall sections, building sections, and they'll write out and they'll plan the sheets, and then they'll use that to figure out how much time it's going to take to produce and estimate, how much to charge a client for the project. So on commercial projects where we're doing something larger than, like if we're doing an apartment complex with 12 buildings or something like that, and they want 3 different designs for the buildings. We'll sit down and we'll cartoon a set out. We'll plan a set, and we'll say, okay, this is going to take about 50 sheets for us to fully document this project. And then a lot of people will say, you want to estimate about 8 hours a sheet, and it averages out. So for a 50 sheet set, you'd be looking at about 400 hours of production. Okay. So if one person's working on it, you're looking at about 10 weeks of production time. So you can get 2 things out of that. You can get how much to charge them, and you can get estimated time of delivery on the set of documents. So now some sheets are not going to take 8 hours, and some sheets will take 2 hours to produce, and some sheets will take 20 hours to produce, but it averages out to about 8 hours. That's what kind of the majority of people in the industry kind of play around with. So Revit's a little bit different because you do a lot of work up front doing the modeling, and then the production, the workload is kind of goes like this, and then it comes down as you're producing the documents because the model's already in place. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to work anyway, if you model it and do the Revit workflow right. The traditional workflow is you do schematic and planning and all that, and then you have to ramp way up to do production to do all the drafting and the details and things like that. And then it just drops off really fast in construction administration. So it kind of, when people are asking, when can we expect this back? When you're working in Revit, you have to tell them a lot more time up front than they're used to hearing, because you have to go through modeling and putting things together so that you don't have to do as much on the back end of the project. Yeah. Which is where you don't want to be doing a lot of production, because there's going to be a lot of questions being asked. How is this supposed to be built from the contractor? Or can we change this because this is too expensive, or we decided to go with a different look? You don't want to be doing all your production at the back of the project when they're making those changes. You want to be focusing on answering those questions. Yeah. So you do all that work up front and bring it down towards the production side.
That makes sense.
I know that kind of went off topic of this, but it was a good segue into kind of thinking about how that works. Okay. So. All right. Well, if you can keep working on Rodriguez, Holly mentioned you might have some overtime or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll probably take care of that tomorrow.
Okay. So you just work some extra hours, or okay. That's fine.
I was just trying to get that project.
Oh, okay. Did you stay late last night?
Oh no, I didn't. I did not. Wait. What?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, no, I did not. I remember I left early.
So Holly and I are probably both leaving around 4:30 today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then
are
I
you?
know you guys are leaving. You said you're gonna be here Friday, and she's not gonna be here. So I would definitely.
So Friday I'll be here all day.
Oh, you said it's gonna be
It was a maybe because I don't know when my parents are going to be in town.
Oh, okay.
So they're not coming this weekend. It might be next weekend.
Okay.
So I'll probably be here all day Friday. Tomorrow I'll probably leave around 4:15, depending on weather and some other stuff. But then Friday I'll be here all day.
Okay.
So, but are you on track to be over 40 hours this week, or are you trying to make something up? Or
No, I was just going to probably take a longer lunch.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you think you're going to be over, you need to go over or something, just let me know and we'll figure that out. Okay. Let's see. This brings back memories of every day working on the same AutoCAD project in the office. Yep. Close that file so I can edit it. Yep. And then how do you actually organize 2 or 3 car garage options just to have 2 in drafting views? No, we use design options. So I'll show you that real quick. And did you close Sandberg,
Yes.
Courtney? Thank you. So I'll open this up real quick and we can look at that. Alright. So, the way this works, design options, is, yoinks. Alright, so the way design options work is you have these guys right here. So we have 2 design options in here. These are option sets. And what you can do, since we've got these 3 different ones to choose from, is under design options in your visibility graphics, we can choose which of these design options are active. So we can hit apply here and we can see that design option here. And then we can go 3 car and hit apply. And there it goes right there. And that works in all views. So I actually have a floor plan Floor plans. 2-car, 2.5-car. No, I don't see a 3-car here. So I have 2 different floor plans set up. One for a 2-car garage, and then one for a 2.5-car garage. I don't know why there's not a 3-car garage in here. And the same thing for elevations. So I've got a front elevation for a 2-car, front elevation for 2.5-car, which should be a 2.5-car. Sometimes these things get messed up here. Exterior elevation, design, options, turn that off. And then I can apply. Actually, I also have a view template set up where I can just apply a view template and it'll set that design option up to do that. So you can see here, one of the issues that we have here is that this is a different slope here. We want to get that fixed before we send that stuff over. It is currently Wednesday here. Alright, so let's take a look at these. That's what it was right there.
Computer, execute 12.4p operation.
Optimizing algorithm. Running encryption packet alpha 990. I don't feel so good.
What is it, computer?
Is it hot in here? It feels hot in here? I feel a little clammy. I should lie down or something.
A computer with a virus? Surprising. What's not
That's
surprising?
that guy right there.
How much you could save by switching to Geico.
Those oysters Rockefeller were a mistake.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Okay, Google, can you play the soothing ad music playlist on Spotify? Perfect. Thanks,
Let's
Google.
do this.
Spotify on Google Home is awesome.
So it
You can
still
play
isn't
any
doing
playlist
a
instantly
call
using
out
just your
head,
voice.
which is a little
Translate for
weird.
pancakes or mop to hip hop. You say Google Home plays. For the first time ever, it's free for everyone. Okay, Google, play the Party Popper playlist on Spotify.
Call
Hit the banner to
out.
get started with Google Home.
Everything gets turned off. Elevations,
Spotify.
reference planes, sections, stair paths. I don't see anything else turned off. Alright, I'm going to look this up real quick because that's a little weird. Revit area plan call out head. Thank you, Holly. That's fine for now. Well, take care, man. Appreciate you stopping by. And I will talk to you day after tomorrow. Or tomorrow for you. All right. I think we want to do this. And let's go ahead and do this. So this is 3-car roof plan. So you want to do this right here. And then do reference 2.5-car roof plan. And do the same thing. And we're just going to hide these. Wow, pretty much nailed that one, didn't I? Alrighty. Then put this right here, get rid of that. Oh, that's right. It's just so weird. Area analysis. Area analysis also. Let's see if we can get a new area plan. Let's just do, doesn't matter what one, which one. So in area plans you cannot have view callouts. No, I'm not even going to worry about it. works fine for me. Alright. Let's move this up. And over. Move this down. This is going to need to be... half car. I think this is the one that is yes. Half car garage option only. And then this, we're going to go to the 3-car. Alright, garage, 3-car garage option only. There you go. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. So let's take, let's see. Okay. I don't really care that much about the order, but since I'm redoing it, well, I might as well leave it. Okay. Now, I think this is what we need to do right here. How did that happen? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swap those. This is gonna have to go up here. And then, oh shoot.
Not this one.
Okay.
No, not this one.
Okay.
Not this one.
Look, just because you're driving doesn't mean you can make me skip every song.
Actually, I can. Try Premium free for 30 days. Skip anything. Tap on the banner to find out more.
Let the good times flow. Play tune after tune without ads with Spotify Premium. Just add friends. Get it now.
It works. I can even bring these in just a little bit more to give us some more space. Womp womp. rid of those, and we shall reference other views. Okay. Got all of that. I think it'll be easier if I just copy paste this stuff. So let's go to the. This needs to go into the 3-car garage option. Let's go move these over real quick. Just to see if we've got enough room here. It is tight. It always kills me that you have to click those two separate things in order to make that happen. Does this work better if we do something like this? I really want to keep that right there. Right, so something's not going to line up if I do this. No matter what I do. Oh, I can gain a little bit of space by doing this. Full plant electrical, 3-car garage electrical. 2.5-car garage electrical. Alright. Is there space? That's really tight. But I think it will work. So the attic electrical is going to be out of place, but it'll be close enough. I think that gets the job done. Let's go see. Oh my goodness. I have to be careful about that. Nope. I think this works right here. Okay. That puts us back here. And we want to go elevation 2.5 car, and I want to take all of these notes. And we need to address this real quick. So let's go to 2.5 car garage. Oh, it's 10 all the way around. Well, there we go. Are you freaking kidding me? No, they're not. If they were aligned, you wouldn't. Oh, yeah, look at that, they're aligned. I think I know what happened with this one. How did that happen? I see what happened. So close. Make sure that we didn't mess this up also.
can you play the Great Big Celebration playlist on Spotify? Perfect. Thanks, Google. Because for the first time ever, you can listen to Spotify free on Google Home. Ask Google Home to play any playlist instantly using just your voice.
Alrighty.
Get lit while you get fit. Roll over in bed to Beethoven. You say Google Home plays. Hit the banner to get started with Google Home now, available for everyone on Spotify.
Where do you play music? With Spotify on your mobile, you can take your tunes anywhere. You'll find
That's a little
all your
frustrating.
playlists, favorite artists, and saved tracks, just like on desktop. Just fire up the free Spotify app to get started.
All I'm doing now is trying to get these optional elevations to look like the actual elevations that we have. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It might just be faster to do it this way. I feel like that's a really empty sheet now. Okay, this is the part that's gonna kind of suck a little bit. Alright, let's find floor plan 2.5 car. And what we want to do here, take all these notes and dimensions and see what'll stick when we copy them. Oh, worked out okay. I'm actually going to just do that same thing here. It's a little weird. What's going on here? I think that's pretty close to what we're looking for right there. We can mess around with it a little bit later. But this is pretty close. Hey Snide, how's it going? Oh man, we're doing the back popping. Let's do a file save as before we get too far into this. did I? What have I done here? Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll return in just a moment. Forgot that I can't minimize that. I'll return in just a moment.
Is all that singing along making you hungry? At Jersey Mike's, the sub above difference is options. You can have any summer sub you like Mike's way. That's an exquisite zing of red wine vinegar and olive oil, blended to perfection. An extra splash of unexpected. Stop into Jersey Mike's today and try the juice on any sub. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Smart is an unlimited mileage L-certified warranty, having the freedom to go far off the map anytime you want. Smart is a complimentary maintenance plan, knowing that someone will always have your back, no matter how far you go. L-certified by Lexus, an exclusive collection of pre-owned vehicles, which proves Smart is the new sexy. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Time restrictions pursuant to L-certified warranty and maintenance plan apply. See your Lexus dealer for details.
Get a free 30-day trial of Premium and enjoy any song, anytime. Grunge in the garden. Ballads in the bath. Trap on the train. Whatever, whenever. You're the boss. Try 30 days of unlimited on-demand music. Tap on the banner to learn more.
Let the good times flow. Play tune after tune without ads with Spotify Premium. Just add friends. Get it now.
La Quinta Inns and Suites presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Always stay at La Quinta, where you can relax and enjoy our stylish makeovers, featuring new contemporary lobbies and great-looking rooms. Step 2. Before your next business meeting, attempt a more confident handshake, like the upper hander with a lower palm grab, or the always surprising yank and pull. Book direct at lq.com to get our lowest rate, so you can win at business.
Where do you play music? With Spotify on your mobile, you can
My mic has been down this whole time. Sorry about that.
all your playlists, favorite artists,
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the music at least. But I'm going to be done for now. And just finish that up and be back tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or ask questions in chat. And I'll see you again next time. Till then, have a great one.